Continuing our conversations with Coach series here in the offseason and UC Sports, joined by women's basketball head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd. Coach, you and I have been trying to catch up here ever since the season has concluded, but you've been very busy. It was just announced yesterday a new class of players entering the program along with the two signings you had last fall. 6 new players going to be a part of the team. I know you and your staff really put a lot of work into that, and you're really excited about what you're going to be bringing to the Bearcats program here in the upcoming season.
We are really, really excited. It's great to see you, and I'm glad we are getting a chance to catch up. And we are so excited, to be able to continue to put a roster together where we can continue to keep building this program and building our culture, our future, and what that looks like. And so, we was excited. Akira was sitting out that semester, so she came in second semester of this past season, and so that was a good thing. And adding her, the addition is going to be incredible. Just amazing point guard, and I'm just really excited to finally be back reunited with her. Relationship was a big deal. Signed her out of high school at Western Kentucky, and of course, then I left to come here to coach at Cincinnati, and she went on to play in the SEC. So glad to have her back here. And then just a lot of really proud about our local talent here, and with Nevaeh coming over from Dakota West, who went to Virginia Tech and decided to come back home. Really excited for her being a part of our program, just winning. Again, we talk about that all the time, just winning culture, bringing players in that understand and know that. A lot of this class, we have some transfers, and a lot of this transfer class was built off relationships. We have Malaya that was from Scott County, who the coaching staff and I recruited very hard, and her ability to go play with Jeff and them in the top 5 program in the country and practice again every day and playing that system is going to really benefit us. She's a winner. She understands what that looks like. She brings something to the table that we were definitely missing, and that's 3-point shooting. She can shoot it from deep, and that's just one of the things that she can do, and we're excited to get her here. And, same thing with TT Jinks from that was at West Virginia. That's from Louisville, my hometown. So really excited just to have her as another transfer, played at West Virginia. And same thing, playing in the Big 12 and having that experience. So we're just excited. We got excited to get everybody together to add them to what amazing group of young ladies that we have coming back, and how much they put into spring workouts to follow up with how we ended the season. And I felt like in February we were playing our best basketball.
Yeah, we certainly saw that from the team on the tail end of the season. We saw, obviously the record-setting performances from Imari Thomas, but we saw a lot of other players playing the best basketball of their career. We saw Jillian Hayes really develop over her freshman season. We saw the Scott twins both, continue to improve game after game and really playing their best basketball at the end of the year as well, along with some other players. But you take that returning core of the team and combine it with, these newcomers, a lot of excitement in the year ahead.
Yeah, really exciting. Really exciting. I think one of the people that is really going to surprise a lot of people in how hard she's worked during this spring and still at home working now is Aram. I just really feel like getting that year under her belt last year is something that's going to be really good for our program. Just really getting the feel for playing with her back to the basket and being able to do a lot of other different things and getting in great shape. But a lot of people have no idea. I shuffled Jill around in so many positions, from the point guard to the wing to and she just took everything in stride and just wanted to do everything she could for us to be great. So, you're right. There's a lot of they have worked really hard. Everyone that's the returners that are coming back, and we're really working to continue and started working in the spring to build toward adding this great core group of newcomers.
It should be very exciting. And, one thing I wanted to get your thoughts on that you touched on there, with this group coming in, it feels like players that you really had relationships with on the recruiting trail before, they decided to make the transfer. I think that's something that gets, maybe lost in the shuffle when people talk about the transfer portal and maybe how the game has developed and changed. I think a lot of times the focus is on what player leaves what program, but, it's not just a collection of random players. It's usually going back to the recruiting, going back to the relationships that were already there. And that's something that, you and this coaching staff have really been able to see the dividends from of creating those relationships years ago.
Well, I think it's really important, and it's always been really important to me. Relationships are huge. Ever since I became a coach, a college coach, from assistant coach to the now, going into my 9th year as a head coach at Division I. That's been really important to me. And so, every situation is not a great situation for everyone. Different people have to go through different things, understanding what that looks like and what's going to be the fit for them. With the transfer portal, and the way that a lot of players have entered the portal for a lot of different reasons. And I think every staff in the country has to now recognize and pay attention to the portal. But at the end of the day, you have to understand and know what's going to be a fit for you and your program. So the relationships was very big for us. It was something that, of course, I have a phenomenal staff, and Coach Kobe, Coach Knox, and Coach Dixon. And just when a player would enter the portal, and making contact, and the first thing is looking for players that we had relationships with, and especially with myself. Again, I'm a very relationship-based head coach. I love that. I love to, because I feel like if you have that with those players off the floor and you've built that, then you can push them to the level that they need to really sometimes don't recognize what they can, that level they can get to on the court. So I'm just really big on that. So you're right. As I mentioned earlier, Jinx is from Louisville, so that's a connection. Scott County, those are 2 Kentucky kids with Malaya and TT. And then as we talked about with Akira, signed her in, and I think that's a story that's really says a lot about relationships. Akira went from Missouri to Vandy, and then just a situation where, she just felt like she needed a change in her career and what that looked like. And so you fast forward all those years later, and now we finally have the opportunity, me, and Akira and Coach Kobe to definitely be together again. So we're excited about that.
I know how much you put value on relationships, and that'll always be a signature of you and your staff. Another thing that you touched on, I'll just bring up again real quick, the local products on this team. You're going to have 3 players, really from just the greater Cincinnati area, even if you just look beyond, as you said, some Kentucky players close by. But, with Jillian Hayes already on the team, you're going to have Clarissa Craig coming in from Roger Bacon High School, and then the transfer back, Nevaeh Dean, who was at Lakota West High School as well. 3 players from Cincinnati. That's the most we've had, I think, in this program in quite a while. And I know fans are really going to be excited about that. And they know what this program means, and they know what Cincinnati basketball means.
Well, that was really important from day one. I think you remember when I first did one of my first interviews with you, man, I talked about that was something that really drew me to wanting to come back here. Ohio has a lot of talent. And definitely for us to be able to have local and the kids that are from right here in Cincinnati in this area just really means a lot. And really excited for our fans, excited for their families and friends and, old teammates and everyone to have an opportunity to come out. And hopefully we'll be able to get back to a little normalcy with the season and having fans and everything else. So we're looking forward to it. We want to build. And like you said, as the 2 from Kentucky, right here close. And we want to put the best product on the floor, but we also want to have an opportunity to have, not just local kids, but players from Ohio.
I know that was, as you said, I think in our very first interview together the day you were hired, that was one of the first things you mentioned, the great talent here in the Cincinnati area, and that's certainly become a big part of this program now. You mentioned the excitement looking into next year, and a big part of that is exciting games, and that's something you've always prized, wanting to put together a good schedule, beyond the conference schedule, bring in good non-conference opponents. We're going to get that again this year. I know something Bearcats fans are going to be very happy about. The Crosstown Shootout will still be in Cincinnati this year. Tentatively, looks like December 12th is where that's at. We're still waiting on finalization, but obviously everybody's going to be very excited about that and the rest of your non-conference schedule as well.
Oh, yes, we're definitely, and we're really, really excited, like you said, to be able, because we didn't have a chance to compete in the Crosstown Shootout this season. The game, of course, had to be canceled, but to be able to have it here again, we're really super excited about that. Just a big game, like always. how couldn't you love to be excited about that? And yeah, it's just a lot of, we want to make sure that we have a non-conference schedule that will prepare us for our upcoming tough conference. But also the biggest thing too is put us in a position where we can play some teams that have opportunity for us to get looked at as at large. That's really important. So we also understand, no, you have to play teams, but you also have to win. And so, we're going to be young, but we're really excited about the people that are coming in, along with, as you said, with the veterans, and just getting them here. That's why we're super excited and ready for the summer, to just get them here and get everyone gelled and working hard together. But we're really excited about our non-conference schedule.
Tentatively looking at it, obviously this is all tentative, not announced yet, but you were part of the AAC SEC Challenge last year going down to Florida. As of now, this year, we're going to be seeing Ole Miss come into Fifth Third Arena. Excited about that. Again, still tentative, but we're excited about that potential matchup. And looks like your team also set to head back out to Utah to repay that visit they made here to Cincinnati back at the start a couple seasons ago. So really good non-conference schedule shaping up, and obviously still more to be announced and still more to be filled out, but we're looking forward to it. But Coach, really appreciate your time here, getting a chance to catch up with us. I guess one final thing before we go, talking about this team, you mentioned the transfers coming in. It's kind of the best of both worlds with this situation with the extra year granted. We're calling it kind of COVID eligibility. You're bringing in players that still have all 4 years of eligibility ahead of them, but they have that college experience, obviously new in the program, but they understand what the college game demands and how to be a college basketball player. And that's big to still have the 4 years on top of that.
It's going to be really important for us, especially when you add a lot of new faces. But when you understand and know, as I said earlier, Malay is coming from the University of Louisville, who I know how they practice and how hard they practice. They're winners. They have that winner mentality, want to play and want to compete at the highest level. West Virginia, Akira coming from the SEC. Like, when you have players that understand and know what it looks like to work hard and to not accept anything less than what we are supposed to be doing as a team and as a program for us to get to where we need to. Expectations are definitely something that's really important for us. And so we're really excited about that. And you're right, to be able to have the best of both worlds, to be able to have them come in, have had that experience, but to have 4 years really says a lot.
Says a lot, and a lot to be excited about for this team. Well, Coach, again, thank you for your time. I know we've been trying to connect here lately. Great chance to finally meet up and talk about all the exciting things going on with UC women's basketball as the world starts to kind of get back to normal. I know everybody looking forward to having Fifth Third Arena rocking again and having those same kind of atmospheres, those same kind of big games, and the same kind of success we've experienced over the last handful of seasons.
Well, I'm looking forward to it too, and I just really appreciate you taking the time to catch up and for us to be able to just talk a little bit about the program and what's going on with us right now during the spring and before we head into the summer. So I appreciate you, and go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats, Coach. Always great to catch up with you, and we'll do this again here soon as we approach the summer season.
All right. Talk to you soon.